Share Facebook, tweet, Pinterest, email. Lewis Hamilton heads to the Circuit of the Americas with a commanding 59-point lead over title rival Sebastian Vettel. Focusing on the long game, the British driver is in no hurry to win the title this weekend. Having watched Vettel start from the back in Malaysia, collide with Max Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen in Singapore and retire early on in Japan, Hamilton finds himself in a position where victory or second place, depending on where Vettel finishes, could hand him the title. Not wanting to slip up and make silly errors, however, Hamilton insists that he is treating this weekend just like he has any other on his Formula One career. "Nothing has changed for me, man," said Hamilton. "Everything is exactly the same as it was going into the last race, going into the second half of the season. It's exactly the same mentally for me. Maybe it's changed from your perspective, but for me it hasn't. Honestly, I think the talk of the championship win this weekend I think is silly really. I mean, Sebastian is going to be, you can't expect them to have a difficult weekend again. If they're going to be quick, they have an opportunity to win the championship, as long as it's done in the next 4 races, that's my focus. I honestly couldn't care less if it's here on the last race, as long as it's done. I think winning here is the most important thing for me, particularly in the midst of all that's going on in the country. I think that is a priority for me. You know what I'm talking about." Despite his commanding championship lead, 59 points with only 100 maximum up for grabs, Hamilton is fully aware of the danger that 4-times champion Vettel presents. After suffering with similar problems himself at times last season, he also knows how quickly a driver's luck can change. "I think he's been a strong fighter all year, and just because he's obviously had a few issues technically, but I think still the car is as good as it's always been," continued Hamilton. "For sure, they'll have some sort of upgrade coming into this weekend. They've definitely had a couple of hiccups, but I anticipate they'll be very strong this weekend and for the last 4 races, so that's why nothing changes for me. I've still got to continue to keep the pressure on, and there's no reason to back out, just got to keep pushing forwards." For those who watched with interest as Hamilton tried on Takuma Sato's Indy 500 winner's ring on the podium in Japan, the Mercedes driver revealed that he wasn't encouraged to try an Indy 500 himself, despite his interest in the bling. "Honestly, it hasn't inspired me to do the Indy 500. I've always respected it and appreciated it, and I got to watch part of it when Fernando did it, which was super exciting. I love the idea of drivers being able to do more than one series. Just the other day I happened to get to drive a Formula One car on an oval, which was interesting. I have a huge amount of respect for those drivers. It's quite scary when you approach those banks at the speed that they do. But I personally don't have any particular desire to. Maybe one day I'll have some fun and go out. Obviously, I get lots of opportunities to do those things, but I have no plans to go there and do anything serious."